Welcome to the Red Riot 2K Top 4 commentary. I am your host, Tony For You. With me is Union University.
What's up, Union Arena players?
This is a top 4 match with Lovette Chan piloting blue JJK against Rishabh
On
piloting
Yellow Demon,
Slayer.
known as the Tanjiro version because there is a difference.
Yes, this is not Hashira. This is brother sister Nezuko Tanjiro.
And the
one
blue
of the newest
JJK,
decks released.
Yep. And the blue JJK is a Kento versus Sukuna.
Yes,
So.
I actually really like this tech. I think Nanami, I used to be down on Nanami for quite a while because I didn't really think the getting to 15 cards was consistent until I realized the sheer power of that kill spell. Bottom decking something is so unbelievably powerful in this meta.
Oh, of course. That's where its strength lies, but also Kento's effect alone is actually super strong, which is really what people were sleeping on because they're like, well, why would we waste turns on trading and blocking? Well, being able to stop your opponent from attacking you is vital in this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
a lot of people back in the day, having access to like just swinging 4 times, oftentimes you would take the hits. It's not really that big a deal. But now there's a lot more opportunity for your board to be cleared very quickly with purple Gias and bouncing with Sukuna. Obviously, we're going to see it probably this match. You're never really safe unless a lot of cards have impact. A lot of cards can bounce. A lot of cards can kill your cards and deal with threats very efficiently. We're probably going to be seeing that today with Yellow Demon Slayer. If you're not familiar with what these cards do, you're in for a treat with the amount of attacks you're going to be seeing from this Yellow Demon Slayer player.
yeah, as long as they can get to their raid Nezuko, right? That's one of the biggest issues with Yellow is that they aren't a very consistently drawing deck, where Blue is very much has a lot of draw potential, especially in this iteration of the list. It has some decent techs like the Maki. A lot of their triggers can just draw or get cards in the hand. The fingers draw you a card, which you see right here. With the Nubara also being able to draw and then discard a finger just helps out. This all leads into being a very vital strat.
Yeah, absolutely. I would even go so far as to say that a deck having access to the ability to draw and pitch cards efficiently, especially through like a zero cost, like a purple bleach, like a blue Sukuna, it automatically makes the deck a lot better. Just being able to cycle, maybe you're flooded in your hand with too much of one thing, not enough of the other, too many zero costs, not enough double energy generators, too many bases, not enough raids, and vice versa. The ability to cycle, hand fix, even draw fix to a degree is incredibly important.
Very much so. And again, another vital strat is how many removal spells are in your deck. Like, even right now, as you saw, the player just went into a very powerful Tanjiro. This is from the starter deck. If you guys know, this one gives, as long as a Nezuko is on your board when played, it becomes a 45, which blocking potential is scary. The only card in the blue JJK list that can consistently deal with a 45 is the Sukuna, but that's only if they have a second. No, it's one finger, right? One finger, yeah. As long as there's one finger, yeah. So they won't block evenly on it, but being able to have this thing be a 45 until the end of your opponent's turn just means it's blocking whatever 4K you try to do shenanigans.
Yeah, very, very true. And also on top of that, it is a 4,500, like you said, until the start of your next turn, which also means that even if they raid, a kill spell from the just off rip, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say is completely irrelevant now, but it's a 4,500 until the start of your opponent's next turn. Until the start of your next turn. So that means that the bounce UG actually can't do anything about it because it specifically says bounce a 4,000 BP card on your opponent's field.
Yep. So 45 just gets over that threshold just by a hair,
Yeah, just enough. We also saw we're going to be seeing Lovette read a lot of the cards because obviously this is very new and there hasn't been a lot of opportunities to try out the deck depending on your friend group. But Rishabh played a card in the back that is a 2K Nezuko where it says at the start of your battle phase you can swap this card with a card on your front line. Um, which is incredibly powerful because, as you saw, he played the double energy generator Tengen, rested in the front, and swapped it right for the back to get a free point of damage, which will add up over the course of a game.
Yep. But if you look at it right now, the blue Sukuna player is definitely adding in a lot of pressure coming in. Being able to do, there we go. Board's
Yeah,
completely clear, 4 free damage going right in. That means no axe triggers can activate here. And because the bounce the Nezuko up, so no raid Nezuko can come out of that life at the moment. The only thing that could possibly put a hinder into it would have been a raid Tanjiro. But all those restand triggers just failed and whiffed. That was just clear game here, right? You know,
yeah,
the yellow player is definitely on the back foot right now. And it's going to be a very tough climb coming back into it once you kind of get down to 2 life, especially on this deck.
yeah. Against a Sakuna player, it's oftentimes very scary. But what's interesting about this man here, Rishabh's list, is that he actually cut down 2 of the total concentration breathings, which are the double AP restands, in exchange for 2 Gyus, which is a 4K null impact. So when you do get bounced here, especially, it's very volatile. If you get blue color triggered, which is bounce to 3500, if you get bounce UG'd, there is very you're gonna have a very hard time getting back from it.
Very much so. So, I mean, the yellow player definitely needs to build up a field at this point, right? Because that following turn is just going to be a complete wash if they leave anything open, because one UG can just lead into bouncing removal anything off your board, and that means they finally get those final attacks in.
Yeah, yeah, it's looking like it, and I don't know if you can sneak a peek into Lovette's hand there, but they don't have that much gas left in the tank. But
Oh,
and that's
yep. Like
that's
I
some
said,
gas.
all it just takes. All it just takes.
Wow. Yeah, well, so it goes. You have an impact on the board that is the SR Tanjiro that lets you play a Nezuko for free. He played it, which is really good, but he doesn't have the raid Nezuko to swap from the back to the front. Can't get those multiple attacks in efficiently, and yeah,
Actually,
that
I
kill
thought I
spell off
saw it
life
in
is
the
bad.
hand. I swore I saw it in the hand earlier that it was
Um,
actually there.
really? He
Hmm.
may have.
He definitely needed to play a body on board. Like, to be
Yes.
honest with you, that was definitely the more correct play because he needed to soak up damage, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it is
yeah.
there.
So his follow up turn is going to be really nice, but right now it definitely was. I need to soak up as much damage as I can, because if he gets a double UG play like this, the 2 AP UGs just going to remove something.
Yeah, and that double APUG, as long as you have one finger in there, you can bounce to 3500, and unfortunately, the raid Nezuko on your opponent's turn is a 3500.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
bouncing that one. Interesting. That's the one that actually gets you value. That is the
Zenitsu.
Searcher Zenitsu.
Yeah, which is actually decent. I wanted to bounce that one personally. I would have probably bounced the Snake Boy, but yeah, this is what I was talking about. Just two good bounce removal. You get 2 attacks in
Yeah,
without
I guess he was
questioning.
hoping for a kill spell off life. This is the other 4K. He's going to have to block it or hope for a total concentration breathing. He goes for it because he knows there's no chance, and it was not there. Lovette takes the
Yep.
win.